Hello, good morning, and welcome back to the Hanover Messe Hydrogen Fuel Cells Batteries Group Exhibit. This morning I will be speaking with Dr. Thorsten Hickmann, who's the CEO at Eisenhuth. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Doctor. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. So our topic, thank you, this morning is new trends on components for electrochemical applications and new developments for electrolyzer components.
Yes.
So before we get into the topic, I'd like to ask you about your company, if you can give us an overview of what you do.
Okay, yes. In fact, we are not far from here. We are located in Ostrode am Harz, which is about 1 hour's drive from Hanover Fair, in a very nice region. And we are a typical small and medium-sized company. That means that we are about 70 employees at the moment, and we have 3 business lines. The one business line is a mold-making business for standard plastic and rubber parts. This mold business is mostly for automotive and machine building and aerospace industry. Then we have the second business line. This is production of small and medium volume parts for plastic, rubber, and silicone. And in fact, we are able to produce all 3 different materials in our company. So we have pretty bright knowledge in this field. We have also a lot of injection and compression molding machines. And last but not least, we are making components for fuel cells and batteries. This business we've been making also for more than 10 years now. And this is mostly focused on the bipolar plate. They are graphite-based, and but we offer also to our customers different additional features, such as gaskets, such as measurement devices, such as quality control issues. Yeah, in fact, we can cover the whole process chain in our company, and to be honest, we have several designers in our company, about 8 to 10 designers. Then we have a new area. This is 3D printing. So we have a lot of 3D printer with different technologies in our company. So we can start from the very, very beginning with some prototyping and first series parts. And later on, we transfer this data into the injection molding department or in the molding department. And yeah, the process chain is quite big.
Thank you very much for that. Could you tell us about your projects, for example, your biological fuel cells?
Yeah, for the fuel cell department and battery department, as I mentioned, we are delivering mostly parts for or based on graphite composite plates. That means graphite was one material, plastic and other components the other material. So we have the compounding line in order to make the raw materials, and later on we also have the possibility of molding, compression molding, injection molding these materials. Yeah, and most of the customers are in the standard fuel cell or redox flow battery business. In fact, we have a lot of people in the redox flow business area, and in order to keep the topic moving and to come forward, we are engaged in also some public projects, and one of it is biological fuel cell. This biological fuel cell is a kind of a very actual topic, to be honest, because we're all over the world. We have wastewater, and it would be a very nice idea to have less efforts in order to get better quality of the water. So together with the University of Clausthal, the University of Braunschweig and the University of Karlsruhe, we developed a new system which is also in a demonstrator phases already. This system is installed also at not far from here, at a location in order where the wastewater is cleaned. And the idea is that the wastewater is pumped through a special stack And on the one side of the stack there's a graphite plate, and on the other side there's just air pumped through it, and then there's going to be also electrochemical reaction. And this means that the water is getting cleaner, that the water is getting also filled with oxygen, and the third aspect, we produce electricity out of it. So we have 3 lines. I mean, it is not as sufficient or efficient as a regular PEM fuel cell, but it is working on 3 different lines, and there's still some big issues for wastewater as far as the cleaning is concerned, especially from very toxic ingredients such as pharmaceuticals, such as, for instance, diclofenac, which is very hard to work with. I mean, it is a very nice medicament, but on the other end, when it comes into water, it is almost impossible to clean the water out of it. So this is a new approach in order to get also on different areas this issue done. Yes.
Thank you very much. And could you, speaking of that, could you tell us about your components for electrolyzers?
Yeah, well, this is also, in fact, a new development project where we are not working with graphite, but rather with titanium. And, well, we are mixing this powder together with standard polymers. And, in fact, we have realized some very interesting prototypes, and we can mold it directly. So there's also no milling technology necessary, and this means, at the end of the day, better cost for better products. Yes? So this is also a part where the customers come to us and say, listen, we have an issue here, can you help us? And we try to get a solution on this field. Yes.
Fantastic, and budget always being very important for everybody. How about your large dimensional plates?
Yeah. In fact, this is not a topic for fuel cells, but rather for redox flow batteries. There are some companies who are working on a large scale volume. That means that they do not want to have a plate set like this, but rather they're talking about square meters. So we are developing now together also with a project, in a public funded project, a large scale plate, which is 1 meter long or in thick, and 2 meters, 3 meters long. So you can say what size you have, and now we can make it. And this plate is like a typical door. Yes, this is the plate size we're talking of, and this is going to be a bipolar plate for a redox flow battery, and the customer wants to put it in a large scale volume. This is a ThyssenKrupp company which wants to put it in a big hall like this here, like this hall 27. Yeah, and they put plate by plate, and then they can build up a battery based on redox flow technology in a megawatt scale. And this is the technology for tomorrow. We are making the compounds. Another partner, the company Centroplast, is working on the extrusion, and so on. We are moving this technology forward in order to get very competitive prices. As you know, in a stack, there are 2 components which are very important. So one is a bipolar plate, and the other is a membrane. So our topic is a bipolar plate, and we focus on different parts in order to get the cost down, to get better quality, to get better processability, in order to get another step into the direction of real market. Yes.
Thank you. And can you talk to us about your gaskets, which is the next topic?
Yes. In fact, there are a lot of companies. I mean, at the end of the day, the stack is ready, and then you have the issue. Well, we have some leakage over there, especially when you're working with hydrogen. This is a very challenging issue, and so there are different solutions. And in fact, we have realized all different solutions in a regular PEM stack already. So we can integrate it in a regular bipolar plate based on graphite or also metal. We can integrate the gasket onto the membrane unit or the GDL, and depending on the technology, we have the competence of designing it, we have the competence of making simulations, making the molds, and making the parts out of it. So this is very a lot of customers are looking forward to get our products in order to keep on moving, and then we look at the question what material to use. I mean, if you have a regular PEM fuel cell, you have other requirements when using a HT PEM fuel cell or a DMFC or whatever, and we can recommend also the right material. We have the good cooperations with compounding companies for rubber compounds in order to get access to them, or silicone. And as mentioned before, and now we come back to the beginning, we have all the technologies in-house, so we do not need to go to somebody else. We can deliver the whole package, and this means no long discussions, very fast realization, very good prices, very good quality. Yes.
Thank you. Take out the middleman, probably some savings there as well. What is the Eisenhuth's position at the moment in the market?
You mean what we think about the perspective?
Correct.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. In fact, we are quite looking forward to this year and also to the next coming years. During the last couple of months, there has been some changes in the attitudes of some customers. So some are strongly moving into, some are strongly into the market. To be honest, we are, as mentioned before, we have also in this graphite component business, we have three main areas. One is the standard fuel cell, the PEM fuel cell. The other is the redox flow battery, also with certain derivatives, not only vanadium based, but also bromide, redox flow batteries and so on. And the third line is, of course, the upcoming electrolyzer market. So in fact, we see in all three markets new movements, new pushing, and new demands. And this is not. This is more and more moving into the market. Yes, and we're looking quite forward what's coming up the next months and also the next years. Yes.
Thank you. So that is your general outlook then. Perfect. I just wanted to let everybody know where Eisenhuth's booth is. They are in booth D59, which is just down the hallway. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate the information. That again, this is Dr. Thorsten Hickmann, the CEO at Eisenhuth, and again, they are in booth D59. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Up next, I have my colleague Brian coming up, and he will be speaking to homogeneous technologies, and the topic will be sector coupling and the need for large-scale hydrogen transport. Thank you very much. Please stick around and get a drink from the ladies. They are around. Thank you.